What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Guys, today is Friday, April 15th. Wanted to wish you guys a happy Friday. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can do really well and make profits in NFTs. Now, usually on this channel, we talk about things regarding GameFi, Metaverse, and DeFi. But lately, I have been heavily interested in NFTs, and there is a reason why. I'm going to share with you my secrets in terms of why I'm investing in NFTs right now at this moment and where I see the roadmap happening ahead of us. Now, before I share these secrets, you have to watch the entire video because I'm going to share a whole bunch of hidden gems that I think are great ways to scoop up right now in the moment. This is both on OpenSea and on MagicEden. So that's Ethereum and Solana-based NFT marketplaces. Now, before we begin, please be sure to like that button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to join our Patreon page. And most importantly, please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I'll never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email. So please be careful and invest safely. So let's get into the juicy details. So why am I getting into NFTs? It's simply this. There is a tactic where you can, in the crypto space, dollar cost average. That basically means you can just put in funds every week or every day or every hour rather than buying a whole bulk of cryptos. But that to me is a great strategy if you have tons of money flowing in. But if you want to make massive returns, I think NFTs are a great place to do that. And so this video is going to teach you, at least show you some hidden gems of how that can happen. So the reason for that is we know that the NFT marketplace on both MagicEden and OpenSea tend to have a strong ROI. But the thing is, you have to invest in the right projects. But how do you do that? Well, you have to invest in things that are not in all-time highs, meaning that these are not prices that are really high that can possibly drop later. You have to think of it just like the crypto space when you're investing in cryptocurrencies. You're not going to want to invest in Bitcoin or Ethereum when they're at least hitting closer to the all-time highs or breaking above that. No, you got to buy the fear. You got to buy when people are selling. You got to buy when the market is low. That goes for the NFT space as well. So today I'm going to share with you first OpenSea. So there's a whole bunch of different NFTs here, and you're going to wonder, like, what are some great projects out there? So here are my top projects that I'm on the radar. Some of these I do have acquisitions in, and some of them are just based on speculation, but I want to share with you so that you can determine if this is the right judgment for you. Again, none of this is financial advice. This is just my own opinion, so please do your own research before investing. So what is the very first one that I'm talking about? All right, let's talk about Cool Pets. Now, Cool Pets is a really interesting NFT collection. Now, Cool Pets is an amazing project that I think is really heavily undervalued. Now, it's around 1.13 Ethereums. Now, that's roughly like $4,000 to $5,000. So yes, that is pretty pricey. But again, these eggs haven't hatched yet. And soon, I think this could reach a new price of around 4 to 5 Ethereum, hopefully within the year. Again, this is why I say when you dollar cost average, say for instance, into just Ethereum, would you get the same amount of ROI in the end compared to investing in NFTs? And there is a huge high risk when investing in NFTs because, again, these NFTs could go to zero more than an actual cryptocurrency. When people say, you know, Ethereum's going to go to zero, highly unlikely. But when they say Ethereum NFTs could go to zero, it's more likely. So again, high risk, but high reward. So this NFT collection could do really well. But again, this isn't my top one. This is why this is the first one. But again, Cool Cats is one of the other partners that has done really well. And if you don't know Cool Cats actually is an amazing NFT collection that actually has a bigger floor price. And then what is that floor price? And this is an example of what I'm saying in terms of great deals. Now, the floor price is 6.9. Now, that's amazing. You got to imagine what the activity is like for these NFTs. So if I were to look, say, for instance, for an all-time high, or I'm sorry, the all-time on the calendar, it will show me kind of how far this has gone. So if you had invested this project really early on, you would have gotten into the, say, for instance, around less than 1 Ethereum. And then it went as high as almost above 25 Ethereum. Again, it's crazy to think that people would pay this much, but this was not too long ago. October 6th of 2021, it was like less than 8 months ago. So this is crazy how people can seek massive return. And it could reach that point again once the NFT bull market happens. But ever since October, we've noticed that the crypto market has taken a little bit of a dip ever since then, and ever since November. So obviously people are not piqued in the interest of this. But this could do really well in the near future, and that goes for the Cool Pets. So that's why I think Cool Pets could actually be pretty a decent investment if you're interested in doing it. But again, that's just based on speculation. And again, I think maybe this could reach a price of Cool Cats. So what's my next one? We have Aliens. Now, Alien Friends is another collection that I think is heavily undervalued, around 1.64 Ethereums. Again, very expensive, but don't worry, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you some really affordable ones that you can actually buy in for a lot less than this. Now, Alien Friends is kind of an interesting concept. They have really great artwork, but again, the activity on this is actually quite outstanding. Now, if we look at the overall time, let's look at this right here. We're going to see the track record that, again, it was at its lowest at around less than Ethereum, around 0.47. But again, we could see another bull market in the NFT place. And right now, I think this is just trading sideways. So in a way, when I'm studying this graph, I particularly am like, maybe I don't want to invest in this because it hasn't shown a lot of upswings or downswings. It's just trading sideways. But this could be an amazing investment if you have tons of money and you just want to speculate. But if you don't, maybe this isn't for you. So Alien Friends is another concept which I would like to share with you. Another one is Three Landers. Now, Three Landers is an interesting concept. 1.74 Ethereum. Again, I think heavily undervalued, and I think this could go up to at least 5 Ethereums. And again, this is about return on investment and also investing in a community. Now, these artworks are actually quite cool. I think they're actually a lot more interesting compared to Alien Friends and Cool Pet NFTs. And this is something that I think people could use for their icons for profile pictures on their Twitter. Because another reason why people invest in these is because they want to change their Twitter profile or their image to replicate this, and they want people to know that they're part of a community, part of a collection. So for 1.74, it's not so bad. But again, a lot of these different NFTs are actually in the high ranking of the top 50 collections on OpenSea. Now, the last two I'm going to show you are really important. Now, I'm going to show you World of Women. Not that I'm telling you to invest in this, but there's World of Women Galaxies, which I'm going to show you after. Now, with World of Women, it's 7.6 on the floor. Now, if we look at the all-time chart, it went as high as around 17, almost to 20 Ethereum. So this is more than half of a discount, but this is not the one that I want to talk about because this is one of the more successful NFTs that have skyrocketed in 2021 that did really well and shocked the world. Many celebrities and people are actually following this NFT collection. But if you're having a hard barrier of entry, 7.6 is not good for you. So this is what I want you to pay attention to. That is World of Women Galaxy. Now it has dropped from 1.7 to 1.2. So this is a great way to acquire something if you're into these collections. And this I could see reaching up to 5 Ethereum as well. Again, massive profits in Ethereum. We know that the merge is going to happen sometime in Q3. It was originally scheduled for Q2, but has moved to Q3 in terms of the merge, moving from the proof of work to proof of stake, which means that it's going to merge the execution layer with the consensus layer. Now, that may be a ton of information for you, but don't worry, we're not going to talk about it in this video. But what I could say is that 1.2 Ethereum is going to be worth double the amount, in my perspective, once the merge happens. So what you think is going to be 3,000 or 4,000 in an investment of one of these NFTs will eventually turn into a $6,000 NFT return on investment. So again, look into these. These are great deals, great prices. There's so many different hidden gems here. Maybe this is something that you want to be a part of, but guys, you got to get into these types of things. And World of Women Galaxies, I can definitely see with its community backing and community ownership that this is going to do really well. For only 1.2 Ethereums, that is huge. And my last one, the last one I want to show you in OpenSea is this, and we did a video yesterday, and that is Neo Tokyo Citizens. Now, when I made the video yesterday, the floor price was 1.4 and has already gone up to 1.7. Originally, the trading volume was around 155 Ethereum. It has gone up to 176 Ethereums. That means people are trading this. And what's great about this community is that it's a whole bunch of gamers and metaverse people and developers that are building within that space in this new movement that's happening in 2022 and 2023. But there are some great deals here, and I would say this is like an absolute steal, because if you don't know, Neo Tokyo Citizens, remember, this is Outer Citizens. If you look up Neo Tokyo Citizens, which is the very first collection, they went up as high as 75 Ethereums. Yes, they even surpassed Bored Ape Yacht Club in the OpenSea holder rankings. So this is an absolute steal, and you can definitely grab some of these if you can. So, don't pass this up. This is definitely one of my favorite collections. And one of these NFTs is actually my Twitter profile. And I'm very proud to be part of this Neotoku community. So definitely scoop up one of these if you can. Again, this is more of not like a buy and sell right away. This is more of like a buy, hold, and maybe you'll get more rewards out of the community. And if you decide to sell because you're in debt or whatever, then maybe you want to take profit, but who knows? Like, this is something that you need to debate for yourself. Now that we're done with OpenSea, we're done with Ethereum, let's talk about Solana. This is the more affordable versions, but there's a reason why Solana NFTs are actually being bought up by a lot of Ethereum maxis and Ethereum NFT collectors. Now, we know that Solana NFTs were adopted by OpenSea, meaning that they are integrated and listed on OpenSea, but guess what? They are also being added to Wearable. Now, Wearable is another Ethereum-based NFT marketplace, but I will say that the Solana NFTs that have been listed on OpenSea are in beta stage, so there's not a lot of trading volume happening for Solana NFTs on OpenSea. But it doesn't really matter because it's just inevitable that Solana NFTs will just do well on their own. It doesn't matter which marketplace they are on, but it's good to see that Solana NFTs are being treated equally to Ethereum NFTs. So you need to be aware of which Solana NFTs are going to do really well that can 10x, 50x from here, maybe even 100x if you hold long enough, or if the community is backing it better. So let's talk about a few things on MagicEden. Now, MagicEden is the main website where you can buy the best Solana NFTs, and this is where I think you can make life-changing wealth, but you have to invest in the right ones. Now, if we go down to popular collections, you have to look into the ones that are not just on a 24-hour. You have to look at things that are around a 30-day trend that goes to show you which ones are doing really well and which ones are being bought up consistently. But if you want to look under the 7-day or 24 hours, that's also good. But the thing is, you're going to be at higher risk. So you have to be really careful in terms of that. So what are some NFTs in the Solana ecosystem that I think you guys should look out for? Now, again, this is not financial advice. And some of these I'm not invested in, but I will show you which ones that I am invested in, but you should determine which could actually build traction. Now let's go to the first collection. Now, first collection is Soulstuds and Citizens. Now, this is an interesting collection because the first thing that was doing really well, the first collection that was released is the Soulstuds Surreal Estate. Now, these are really expensive. They're around 33 Solanas. Now, if we look at the activity, they actually had a high of 99 Sol for each real estate and has dropped significantly since then. Could it actually go back up there? Well, the thing is, I'm not trying to get you invested in the real estate because there are other places they can get into real estate. I want you guys to pay attention to Citizens by Soulstuds because these are actually heavily undervalued. Again, only 4.89 Sol. So that's basically less than $500 right there. And you can buy one of these for a very cheap price. Again, you got to look at the holder rankings. I'm sorry, not the rankings, but the ranking of the rarities, right? So this is based on Moonrank, and this is based on how rare dot is. These are rarity tools to determine how well these NFTs do hold in terms of the rarities. So obviously there are a ton of these. There are over like 10,000 of these, and that's a lot considering NFTs should be limited to 5 to less than 10,000. So this is highly speculative, high risk. But again, if you do have less than $500 and you're willing to risk it, even if you're willing to lose that money, this could be a good place to speculate on that. And who knows if this could equal to the same price as the surreal real estate for Soulstuds. So that's one thing to go to, but I wouldn't recommend it. I just want to share that with you guys. But another one is Ogitadians. Now, Ogitadians, I've mentioned this in a previous video before, and they're still holding up at a great floor price around 19 Sol. Now, there's only 163 listed, which is going to show you that this is actually dwindling in terms of its supply. And what's great about the artwork is it looks like this could actually do really well. Now, I don't know when this will do really well, but it just seems like over time, these collections, these limited editions could do really well. And what's interesting about this is its description. It's saying that it's a collective analytics business for Web3 together to power the data of science and crowdsourced knowledge. So this is really interesting. I'm not sure how this works, how this is an NFT that kind of is stepping out of NFTs to something else, but it's saying our initial focus is building a trust and credit scoring engine from raw blockchain data. I've never seen an NFT collection kind of do something like this, which is really bizarre, but they could be at the forefront of something that we don't really know of. So this is a collection, keep your eye out on, but for, less than 20 Sol, which is less than $2,000, I think this actually could be a great deal compared to things on OpenSea that are more than $3,000 for sure. So Ogitadians, could it be a risk? Could it be a best return on investment? That's up to you to decide. I'm here just to guide you. Now, one that's been doing really well is Tombstone High Society. I definitely bought one of these when it was around 15 Sol. I bought a piece for 15 Sol and then sold it for 17. But I should have held on to it. But again, these are great collections, and there's so much here that you can definitely invest in. I think that this is going to do right well. The community's doing well. And not too long ago, this was around 400 NFTs that were listed. Now it's down to 300. So it seems like the community's doing really well. And, you know, I do think that this could do maybe a good return on investment in the next coming months. And who knows, maybe the floor price of this could do, 50x from here. And what do I mean by that? There are some collections on here like D-Gods, say for instance. So D-Gods is an amazing collection, and they went up to 199 sold. That just goes to show you how far this NFT marketplace can really go. What about Sex on Crack? So Sets on Crack is around 40 sold. See how these little NFTs are pretty amazing, how they can show you how if you invest early, you can get a strong return on investment, or even just be part of a community. What else is there? There's also Soul Gods. Soul Gods is another NFT collection, around 50 Soul. The reason I'm showing you guys this is because I want to show you how high the floor price can go for these particular collections. And you may think and judge these things at the very beginning, but maybe you're too early to judge, and that way you should really get involved in the floor price when it's at its lowest. Next up, I want to show you is Degen Dojo. Now, not too long ago, the floor price was at least underneath 10 Sol. It was crazy. Now it's already jumped up above that, and it's now at 18.25 Sol. Only 288 listed. Now again, underneath $2,000 for each one of these. And again, look at the rarities on here for Moonrake. They're right here below these NFTs. You could actually find a great deal here if you're lucky enough. But again, I think that this collection actually could do really well. I'm not personally invested in this one either, but I think this could be go up as high as 50 Sol. Exactly. That's just my prediction, not financial advice. So the last thing I want to show you is my favorite collection, and you guys know this already, and I know that this is going to do really well, and that is Astrals. Now, Astrals has had a lot behind the scenes. I'm on their Discord. Now, D-Gods is working with Astrals behind the scenes. Meaning, what do I mean by that? They've actually had secret conversations, and now if you're an Astral holder, you get to be part of their Discord. And recently, D-Gods and Astrals had an amazing conversation, which I'm not going to release on here because in respect to the Astral community and the D-Gods community, but they have a lot going on, and there's a lot going on with Astrals, with big name brands, with big companies, and they're branding Astrals in a big way. It isn't just an NFT collection. Now, for just 16 Sol, this is a great deal. This is less than $1,700. This is the most affordable right now, with amazing graphics, amazing 3D art. And again, they're going to have a metaverse and play to earn game for this as well. And again, this is all happening behind the scenes, and this is heavily undervalued. This is a collection that is doing much more than what the other collections are doing in MagicEden, in my perspective. And I don't expect this to hit 50 Sol. In my eyes, I expect us to reach 100 Sol or higher. Mark my words, this is going to reach 100 Sol or more as its floor price. And I do imagine that's going to happen within the year. And I own 2 of these already because I plan on holding both of them. And if I do plan to sell, I'm going to sell one of them for sure. But I'm not going to do that now. This is too low of a value, and this is too much to risk out on. And this is why I think this collection is going to do really well. So guys, that's pretty much it. This is DApp Radar. I just want to show you all the collections on OpenSea and MagicEden that are on my radar right now, and that you guys should keep on your radar right now. And you should at least have one NFT in each marketplace on both OpenSea and MagicEden to have some exposure. Don't miss out. Don't risk it, and only invest what you're willing to risk. That's all I have to say, because you have to keep in mind the market could take a dip even more, but during these times you have to invest in the right projects that have a strong community. Do your research, find out if there are people following them on Twitter or Discord, make sure that they're engaged, because the only way that these NFTs are going to do really well is that there's a community backing it, right? Okay guys, so that's about it. Be sure to like that button, hit that subscribe channel. That was a lot of information, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll be sure to make more videos like this in the near future. So guys, I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching Cryptolution. Register on our Patreon page for our insider training tips and more. And don't forget to click on the affiliates link below to receive sign-up bonuses and access the Global Crypto Assets Exchange. Invest safely, and we'll see you on the next episode of Cryptolution.